Frequency and vibration are two different things. So the frequency is more what we experience and it'll come at us, but we exist on a vibration. And if we exist on a high vibration, all that matters is our response to whatever's coming at us in frequency. What I mean? You can still remain in that same state. It's kind of hard if somebody's yelling at you, but I mean if you can hear abuse in the background or things like that. Because children that get exposed to abuse in the house or like hearing people yell, it kind of gets imprinted on them. If you think about everything in your life that keeps reoccurring in different ways, it's because we've got energy layers. We're like onions. People are like onions. So within our energetic layers, we've got things like magnets that attract similar experiences to us until we go within and we do the healing and we remove those layers. Like myself, spiritual healers, you remove those layers. Unless you choose to, can actually take you off your vibration. They can lower it temporarily, but you'll always bounce back up to what your vibration is. And if you're a high vibrational being, which many of you are, we think we're just like ants on a pinhead down here, but we're actually one of the most viewed species in the galaxies. And why is that? Why are we all looked at like a show? Because we live on the youngest planet in the galaxy. This is planet Kai, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. She's naturally raising in vibration now because she's getting older. And that's going to force the energies on the planet to, well, basically all the corrupted energies are going to come out this year. But I'll stop nattering on. I just thought I'm trying to cook a barbecue. But I love talking to you guys when I'm doing the barbecue, and I always have such insight. One of my spirit guides loves the barbecue. Must love the barbecue because always information just comes pouring through. When we say things and speak things out into existence, what we're doing is we're alchemizing. I recommend you all do it, even if it's just a private vlog. I put mine up. Whether you guys watch or not is not my business. Express the emotions that I've been guided to express. And that's all that matters. Like, I do it for the applause. Well, if I did do it for the applause, I wouldn't be doing it at all. No one liking. Even old likes that you used to have on a post, not there anymore. I think it's called sandboxing or something. They're quite devious the way they do it. These companies should be held to account, not only in the spiritual courts, but in the law courts, because actually I think it's quite corrupt, but we've probably signed some agreement. Like, I don't even care giving my information to Red Note, or Facebook or Amazon. I'm not concerned. They're just trying to sell us stuff and they want to know what we're doing. AI is going to know about us. Are we scared of AI? Are we? Like, who cares? Who cares? Actually, I think this comes from being heavily under scrutiny for a couple of years and just being like, what? I'm going to the toilet. Like, I had a guy come in pretending to put in, he wanted to put something in our, he said he was from the government. He wanted to put something in our chimney and something in our shower. We got a new shower head for free, and he came around and did it. And what are you doing here?
Poor bugger. He was just the start of the humiliation ritual that I've went through. Oh, so corrupted. They'll all be held to account, if not in this realm, the next. Same time I was recording this message came through. Smart asses, fuck off.
Imagine after what unfolded in the 1 to 2 years after this guy came into the house, and he was like, I'm just trying to do my job, and I'm like filming this poor guy and trying to get his badge number and stuff, because I thought, this is really weird. Like, how often does somebody from the government come to one house in the street? Are you going to all the houses, mate, or are you just coming to ours? Because this is one house in the street that you're coming to put a shower head and something up our chimney flue. You know what I mean? Like, it was all a bit, yeah. Anyway, the helicopters and all that, they've ceased, thankfully, and about time. Who did you think you were? And do I sound insane talking about it? Yeah, probably. But at the time when it was all being done to me, if I had have turned around and told everybody what was actually happening at the time, I would have ended up in a mental hospital. Let's face the truth. Let's face the truth. Like, if I had have told everybody, oh, there's people on my internet, like, just the ridiculousness that was going on at that time. Anyway, I'll leave it alone. But, yeah, that's how people end up in mental hospitals. And I just had to mentally deal with what was happening. And it wasn't fun. It was horrible. It was being bullied on a mass scale. And they just found that a woman went to report to the police about what was she reporting? She was reporting that there was a man living in her roof. And she sounded insane, like, that's crazy, there's a man living in your roof. But the neighbours reported that they had seen a man in the roof. And the police went to investigate and they found food scraps. But they sanctioned her under the Mental Health Act and put her in hospital before actually doing any investigations because she told them that. Like, it's not like people are going to jump up and down at the actual time when the abuse is happening, especially if they aren't crazy or refuse to be driven crazy by fucking idiots that's surrounding them. But anybody who's just been, look at your life, look at the people in your life, and anybody who you've just decided to write off as insane or just not with it because, and dinner is ready, so I'm distracted, but anyone actually speaking out and saying, anyone who's got mental health problems in their life, it stemmed from somebody bullying them, somebody oppressing them, somebody doing something to them. It doesn't just come from nowhere, or it doesn't just come from drugs or, you know, whatever we comfortably choose to tell ourselves so we can write somebody off as insane. I had a friend who is a lawyer, Maria. She is wild, and yes, wild. She was lots of fun. I did notice she had an entity attached to her the day I met her because I see that kind of stuff, and I removed it for her. And she would have caught that in the hospital. Guess what happened? She turned around and said, oh, what did she say? She said to the police she couldn't get any action for one of her clients happening, and she goes, what do I have to do? Tell you I'm going to kill myself? And they took that seriously. She'd called them quite a few times, was becoming a bit of a hassle to them. So as soon as she threatened her life, as sarcasm, it was in jest. It was like, come on, guys, I need you to do something. And she's a lawyer. They sanctioned her under the Mental Health Act, got her locked up in hospital for 6 weeks. And she, because she's a lawyer and also she's a hot-headed Maria, sorry Maria if you're listening, but you're a Greek woman and you are passionate, and I love that about you. And yes, what happened was truly unfair, and you fought your whole way through that episode that you had to deal with, and you are not insane, clearly. But there are loopholes and taking advantage just not to do a job. And I'm not saying that about all police. You've got a few bad apples. You know, overall, I think the police do an exceptional job. And I know that they do because of the protection that they've provided so many of us that have actually suffered at the hands of, say, you know, this kind of bullying, this gang stalking and stuff like that. They've actually protected us in ways that you couldn't imagine how protected I feel from all realms. So the earthly realm, and yes, I am a spiritualist, so yes, I have a light team, I'm a light worker, so I'm protected from those angles too. But there's definitely other light workers on earth that are working in those kind of professions. So anyway, but I'm just saying about these people that are just assumed crazy, it's just they're saying something that people don't want to deal with, so they get called crazy. All right, have a beautiful day. Hopefully something I said helps, and if it didn't, doesn't matter. Anywho, just thought I'd let you all know